Here are 18 important predicted IELTS speaking cue card questions with model answers, and you will be able to prepare IELTS speaking interview in better way with the help of this video. 1. Talk about a hobby that you think is interesting but you have never tried. I've always been fascinated by photography, but unfortunately, I've never had the chance to try it. I think it's an interesting hobby because it allows you to capture moments and beauty in the world around us. I've seen some amazing photos taken by friends and family, and I think it would be great to learn how to take pictures like that. Maybe one day I'll have the time and resources to give it a try. 2. Describe a hobby that is popular in your country. In my country, hiking is a very popular hobby. We have many beautiful mountains and trails, and people love to get outdoors and explore nature. Many people enjoy hiking on the weekends or during their free time, and it's a great way to stay active and healthy. I've done some hiking myself, and it's always a great experience. 3. Describe a place you have visited that was very impressive. One place that really impressed me was the Taj Mahal in India. I visited it a few years ago, and it was truly breathtaking. The architecture and design of the building are incredible, and the history behind it is fascinating. I spent hours exploring the grounds and learning about the story of the Taj Mahal. It's definitely a place I would recommend visiting. 4. Talk about a trip you would like to take in the future. There are many places I would love to visit in the future, but one trip that I've always dreamed of taking is to Japan. I'm fascinated by the culture and history of the country, and I would love to experience it firsthand. I would like to visit Tokyo and try all the delicious food, visit the ancient temples and shrines, and relax in a traditional onsen. I think it would be an amazing adventure. 5. Describe a city or town that you think is a great place to visit. I think Sydney is a great place to visit. The city has a great energy and vibe, and there's always something to do. From the famous Opera House and Harbour Bridge to the beautiful beaches and parks, there's no shortage of attractions. The city also has a great cultural scene, with many museums, galleries, and festivals throughout the year. I've visited Sydney a few times, and I always have a great time. 6. Describe your favorite food and why you enjoy it. My favorite food is pizza. I love pizza because it's just so versatile. You can put almost any topping on it and it's still delicious. I also love the combination of the crispy crust, the savory sauce, and the melted cheese. It's just the perfect comfort food. I could eat pizza for dinner every night of the week. 7. Talk about a traditional meal from your country. In my country, one traditional meal that's very popular is the Sunday roast. It's a big meal that's typically served on Sundays, and it usually consists of roasted meat, like beef or lamb, roasted vegetables, and gravy. It's a very hearty and comforting meal, and it's often served with family and friends. I have many fond memories of eating Sunday roasts with my family when I was growing up. 8. Describe a restaurant you have visited that you would recommend. One restaurant I would highly recommend is a small Italian place in my hometown. The food is just amazing. The pasta is all made fresh in-house, and the sauces are all made from scratch. The service is also very friendly and attentive. I've been there many times, and I've never had a bad meal. It's a great place to go for a special occasion or just a night out with friends. 9. Talk about a toy or game you enjoyed playing with as a child. When I was a child, I loved jumping in puddles. The deeper they were, the more fun it was. I also remember my friends and I were obsessed with the idea of digging a hole to the other side of the world. Yeah, that sounds crazy, I know. But back then, we were sure we'd end up in a new country if we could dig deep enough. 10. Describe a challenge you've faced. One challenge I've faced is learning a new language, but I've been practicing and improving. 11. What do you think is the most important quality in a friend? I think loyalty is the most important quality in a friend. 12. Do you prefer spending time alone or with others? I prefer spending time with others because it's more enjoyable and social. 13. What's the most interesting thing you've learned recently? I've been learning about sustainable energy and its importance for the environment. 14. Can you describe a typical day in your life? A typical day for me starts with breakfast, followed by work, study, and then some free time in the evening. 15. How do you like to spend your free time? I like to spend my free time reading, watching movies, or exercising. 16. What's the most challenging part of learning a new language? I think the most challenging part is pronunciation and grammar rules. 17. Can you tell me about a memorable experience you've had? One memorable experience I've had is traveling to UK and trying new foods and cultures. 18. Describe a place you like to visit. I'd like to talk about a place that's very close to my heart, and that's the beach in my hometown. I love visiting the beach because it's so peaceful and calming. The sound of the waves and the smell of the salty air always make me feel relaxed. I also enjoy walking along the shore and feeling the sand between my toes.